Hello guys, it is me again, it's HorrorFan34, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be sort of, once again, a sort of a response video. This is a response to a good subscriber of mine, Lisa Loves, really great person on here, really great videos, everything like that. So, I know she did a recent video where it was her top 10 favorite comedy films. And I figured I'd do a response to that, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to do top 20, because I couldn't pick just 10. I had to do 20. And I know Horrific Nightmares JM actually did a response video to hers as well, and he did his top 20. So I'm kind of doing like what he did. Because, you know, I couldn't pick just 10. I had to pick 20. And still doing a top 20, this was really, really tough to do. I mean, it's really tough to do, like, comedy films, like, to like, talk about comedy films, because, like, what makes me laugh might not make you laugh, and vice versa. Because, like, comedy films are always subjective to everybody, so this is just my personal opinion of my top 20 favorite comedies. Now, this might have to go into separate parts, because I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'll try to go through as quick as I can without being too long, but who knows, maybe I might upload this in a few parts, but let's get on to, now, I own a lot of these on DVD, but the thing is, that, like, I don't feel like just pulling out, like, DVDs all over the place, because, like, there are some spots in my closet where, for my DVD closet, you have to pull out DVDs, and there's, like, more DVDs behind there, and you gotta pull those out, and there's more behind that section, and it's just a pain in the butt to put all of them back, and then, like, my bed becomes piled up with DVDs and things like that, so I figured, unless they're, like, really accessible to me, like I can just see them right there and I can just pick them up very easily out of my movie closet, then I'll show them. But from now, for, like, if I can't reach them, like, if I own one DVD and I can't reach them, like, it's too much of a pain in the butt to get them, I'll just read off the list, like, and all that stuff. And I would do, like, pictures and all that stuff, but you know what, it's just easier for me to read off the list, off a notepad. So I've talked long enough in the beginning of this video. Let's get on to my top 20 favorite comedies. So coming in at number 20, Caddyshack. Caddyshack is a classic film that I don't think not many people need no explanation whatsoever. It's a classic, directed by Harold Ramis. Has a great cast: Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, Ted Knight, Rodney Dangerfield. You know, such a great golf comedy, one of the best sports movies in my opinion. You know, Rodney Dangerfield just steals the show in this movie. A lot of improvised stuff in the film. You know, Rodney Dangerfield was just such a comedic legend. You know, I love the whole scene of him in the restaurant scene. Like, hey, you must have, man, you look like you've been around before electricity. Oh, it's like Dance of the Living Dead in here. Yeah, Rodney Dangerfield just did dog food. I'll show him dog food. You know, Rodney Dangerfield just steals the show in this movie. Caddyshack is one of those films. It's just a classic. You know, it's in the hole. You know, Bill Murray going after the gopher and things like that. And it's just such a good movie. I don't know if it was a gopher he was going after. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's a gopher. Okay, I was right. But, Caddyshack classic. Coming in at number 19 is, without a doubt, The Big Lebowski. The Big Lebowski is, once again, another sports comedy. It's a bowling movie where you have Jeff Bridges as the dude, you have Steve Buscemi, you have John Goodman, Julianne Moore, Philip Seymour Hoffman, you know, just a really great star-studded cast, and one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie is when they're bowling, and the character name of Smokey, John Goodman's character is like, yeah, you went over the line, you have to mark at 0, and then the guy's like, no, I wasn't over, I'm marking it at 8. And then he's like, do you think I'm making up the rules? Mark at 0! And I love how Jeff Bridges is just so calm, he's like, they're calling the cops, and what? Am I the one that cares about the rules? Mark at 0! You know, John Goodman is just so good in this movie. The Big Lebowski is just another one of those films by the Coen brothers. It's just timeless, classic film. Coming in at number 18 is, without a doubt, Wayne's World, the first Wayne's World film. You know, the first Wayne's World is just a great movie. I've been watching this a lot more recently with the new Queen movie coming out in a few months. You know, when they're singing Bohemian Rhapsody in the car, they're doing the head banging and things like that. I love all the product placement in the film. It's a really clever film. It's a great adaptation from the SNL skit. Mike Myers and Dana Carvey have terrific chemistry with each other. One of my favorite comedy duos, along with like Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder and Cheech and Chong. I mean, Dana Carvey and Mike Myers just have a great back and forth with each other, and it's a great movie. Love Wayne's World. Okay, now coming in at number 17, one of my favorite Farrelly Brothers films. There's Something About Mary. One of my personal favorites from the Farrelly Brothers. My favorite's probably Kingpin. Then Dumb and Dumber would be second. Then this would probably be number 3. Really fun film. Really funny. You know, Ben Stiller, Matt Dillon, Cameron Diaz, Chris Elliott. You know, the whole hairdo scene, and There's Something About Mary is just one of the best comedies of the '90s. One of my personal favorites. Coming in at number 16 is without a doubt Fast Times at Ridgemont High. You know, Sean Penn, and my favorite role of his as Jeff Spicoli, the stoner. You know, ordering pizza in class, and you know, all that stuff. Another great supporting cast as well. You have an early role by Nicolas Cage. You have people like Brian Bagger from The Burning. You have just a lot of really recognizable names. Ray Walston, who plays Mr. Hand, one of the teachers. You know, Sean Penn is just classic as Spicoli. You know, one of my it is my favorite role that Sean Penn's ever done. I really wish Sean Penn would have done more comedies, because I think he has an act for it. Jeff Spicoli is just a legendary character. Coming in at number 15 would be the original Ghostbusters. The original Ghostbusters is just a classic, another great classic film with Bill Murray and Harold Ramis once again. You have Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Rick Moranis, Annie Potts, Sigourney Weaver. Really recognizable cast once again. It's a very clever film. You know, they came, they saw, and they kicked its ass. That's all you got to say about Ghostbusters. And the whole, you know, tell them about the Twinkie and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And do I need to say more about Ghostbusters? I really don't need to. Coming in at number 14 is, speaking of the Farrelly Brothers, I was just talking about There's Something About Mary. Number 14 is Dumb and Dumber. Without a doubt, my favorite role of Jim Carrey. Him and Jeff Daniels have a great went back and forth with each other. You know, Rand. Oh, I was way off. You know, just I love the whole situations they get into, trying to return this briefcase. And it's one of those great '90s classics. It was a big hit for Jim Carrey. It was the year before I think that year was a pretty big year for Jim Carrey, because he had The Mask that year, Dumb and Dumber, and all that stuff. And then he would have Batman Forever the year after that, which was also a big hit for Jim Carrey. So this was like in the height of like Jim Carrey's career, where he was like at his highest. But love Dumb and Dumber. Coming in at number 13 is, you gotta know, it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips, as Carl Weathers would say. That's right, number 13 is Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore is without a doubt my favorite role of Adam Sandler. Carl Weathers is great as Chubbs. You have Christopher McDonald as Shooter McGavin. You have Julie Bowen, who will be going to be in geez, what's the name of the show that she's in? Modern Family. That's the one. She went to go and be in Modern Family and all that stuff. I mean, you have the late great Richard Kiel from James Bond as in a small role, in a cameo. He's really great in the film, that little small role that he has. But Happy Gilmore is just one of those films that I just love. It's just a great '90s comedy. Another great sports movie. Another great golf movie up there with Caddyshack. Coming in at number 12 is Trading Places. Without a doubt, my favorite role of Eddie Murphy. I mean, Eddie Murphy in this film steals the show. I mean, Eddie Murphy's hilarious. It's just really funny in the film. Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis, where Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy are switching places with each other, and just Eddie Murphy in this film. I mean, that quick wit that he has, just a lot of I love Eddie Murphy in the film. I mean, Trading Places is just one of those films that I really, really love. It took place in Philadelphia, at the police station that was at, and things like that. And it's just really cool to see how some of those set pieces in Philadelphia that are still here today in Trading Places. So it's really, really classic film. Coming in at number 11. I think I'll stop here and I'll do the top 10 in the second part, and then that should do it. So this will be 2 parts, so not too long of a top 20. So like I said, a lot of these films are just classic ones. So coming in at number 11 would be, I actually have it right here. Number 11 is, let me check the title here, Stripes. Stripes is a film, once again, with Bill Murray and Harold Ramis. The third collaboration on my list so far. I mean, these two guys have had excellent chemistry with each other. Stripes is just one of those, chicks dig me, and John, I think this was the very first major role that John Candy had as a mainstream star. He had a supporting role as Ox. One of my favorite scenes in the whole movies. My friends call I'm Dewey Oxburger. My friends call me Ox. You might have noticed, but I'm a bit overweight. No! It's just really, really hilarious film. John Candy is great. I miss the guy. Bill Murray and Harold Ramis have great chemistry with each other. You also have Warren Oates. You also have PJ Souls, who actually signed this DVD. I met her last year. You have Sean Young as one of the other people as well. Just a really, really fun film. Love Stripes. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop here because I went through 20 through 11, and now I'll be getting onto the top 10 in the next part, and that's probably not going to take long either. But I hope you guys are enjoying this so far, and I will see you guys in part 2.